I am Larry Hatcher. This is Psych 302, Computer Application and Data Analysis. We're now looking at Jamovi Exercise 05501 APA style results in text. This exercise is divided into 4 sections. In task 1, you'll create a box plot in Jamovi. Task 2, you'll prepare a written summary of the results in APA style. That is American Psychological Association style. Task 3, you'll take multiple choice quiz, and task 4, upload the analysis summary in Canvas announcements or in Canvas assignments. The investigation, that will be the source of our analysis. Imagine you're trying to identify ways college students who live on campus differ from those that live off campus. Your review of previous research has led you to this research hypothesis. College students who live off campus will be older than those who live on campus. We're going to do some analyses to see if there's any support for this idea. You've developed an instrument called the Undergraduate Activities Questionnaire, the UAQ. You will perform an analysis that involves the following 2 variables that were measured by it. One is called V94 age. This is the student's self-reported age in years. And the other variable is on campus. It's a dichotomous variable, simply codes whether a given participant is living on campus group, such as in a residence hall, or is in the living off campus group, such as living in a privately owned house somewhere in town. Task 1, creating the box plot in Jamovi. You now use Jamovi to compute descriptive statistics and request a variety of plots for the preceding dependent variable. In doing this, follow the instructions in the section headed Starting Jamovi and Opening the Dataset to begin this process. The dataset that you open will be the one that had originally been named Undergrad Activities Data. You should have already downloaded this dataset from Canvas when completing the earlier exercise, so it should be saved on one of your drives. Once you have opened the dataset in Jamovi, change the name of the variable V94 age so that it is instead student age. For guidance in doing this, see the section of chapter 055 headed Changing Names of 2 Existing Variables. Also change the name of the variable on campus so that it is instead named place of residence. Use the Jamovi descriptives procedure to request a box plot that illustrates values on your newly renamed student age variable, and do this separately for the 2 groups under the newly renamed place of residence variable. The box plot graph that you create should look very similar to the one below, except that your graph will not have the words Hatcher's watermark scrawled across it. Box plot that you create should look a lot like this one. I just wrote these words across it, so there'd be no temptation to copy my box plot and paste it into your exercise upload. I am on page 2 of the exercise. We come to task 2, preparing a written summary of the results in APA style. Top of page 3. Open a new blank document in Microsoft Word or any word processing application you like. And by the way, I do recommend using Microsoft Word because I'm going to have some specific tasks that I want you to complete in this exercise, and I will show you how to do it in Microsoft Word in my corresponding lecture notes, but I won't necessarily show you how to do it if you use a different application like Google Docs. So open a blank document, Microsoft Word, copy the box plot graph that you just created in Jamovi, and paste it into this new empty document that you just created. In the same Microsoft Word document, provide a written summary of the results from the independent samples t-test, in which the dependent variable was current health and the grouping variable was employment status. Yes, this was the same independent variable t-test that you had completed in the previous exercise from the previous unit. The results you need for this summary are presented here. And these should be the same statistics that you got last week when you did the exercise for for chapter 050, t-test for independent samples. There should be a group descriptives table that lists the two groups being compared and provides their mean scores, and also an independent samples t-test table that presents the results of the independent samples t-test null hypothesis significance test that you perform. In preparing your summary, follow the instructions that were provided in chapter 055 in the section headed Example of a Result section for the current analysis. In creating your summary, my recommendation is copy, copy, copy. That is, your summary should include almost exactly the same words that my summary in chapter 055 includes, except that you will replace the names of my variables in groups with the names of your variables in groups, and you'll replace my obtained statistics with your obtained statistics. As you know, in most classes, copy, copy, copy is plagiarism and gets you in big trouble. But one of the goals of this exercise is to get you familiar with the format that we typically use when we're writing things up in APA style. So at this point, I do want you to copy, 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 except use the names of your variables and use the statistics that you actually obtained in your analyses. I'm moving to the top of page 4 of the exercise. Save this document, your exercise document, either as a PDF, a Microsoft Word document, or an RTF-rich text format file. We come to task 3. Once again, I'm on page 4. And task 3, taking the multiple choice quiz. At the same time that I assign this exercise, I'll also publish a related multiple choice quiz in Canvas. This section provides a study guide that should help you prepare for the quiz. Now, save time, I'm not going to go over all the items on this study guide, but I'll give you a heads up. This multiple choice quiz is going to be a little bit more challenging than the typical multiple choice quiz because I want you to get familiar with the basics of APA style. And that means you're going to have to spend a fair amount of time reading my corresponding lecture notes where I go over the basics of APA style and having this study guide in hand. Make sure that you're able to answer all the questions presented here in this study guide before you take the multiple choice quiz, and do give yourself extra time to study for this one because there will be more material and it'll be a more challenging quiz. Scrolling down, I am on page 5 and I am toward the bottom of page 5. We come to task 4, uploading the analysis summary and Canvas assignments. You will upload your short report which summarizes the results of the analysis. This report must also include the box plot that you created, and that'll be task 4, and that will be everything you need to do as part of this exercise. This exercise, which was Jamovi Exercise 055-01, APA style, results in text.